Everybody. This is Thursday, and I wanted to share with you something really, really exciting because a lot of people out there are struggling with the fear of getting started and with perfection. And we're thinking that, I don't know everything yet, so why would I even get started? There's so much more I need to learn. Even if you had experience in it, even if you're already helping people, even if you're already doing the things that you want to be doing, there's always this kind of thing of like, it's not perfect, I shouldn't do it, let's me wait, and let's go see what's happening. So in our Action Heroes community, we have a fantastic couple called the Walkers. Hey, the Walkers, how are you?
Hi, good.
Very good.
So Morgan and Tiffany. And what's really cool about them is what they shared with us in our last meeting about all the things that so many of you are struggling with, which is not getting started, right? Perfection. What should I put out there? How do I pursue my dreams? Do I know everything yet? There's so many programs and so many things that need to be done. And they shared it beautifully. So I want to share it with you. Okay, so the first thing is a little bit of your story. You guys started and have a very successful radio station, and then something happened and you're starting anew. So tell us a little bit about this story.
Okay. Yeah, I'm back where I'm from in Oklahoma, or more Oklahoma. I had a radio station. We was probably doing it for maybe 7 years or so.
It wasn't that long, was it?
Yeah, about that long. Yeah. Yeah. So me and my cousin were doing it for 7 years, and we built up a pretty good fan base. We were doing a whole lot of stuff. We was getting out, we're kind of almost outreach into the community. We were doing a whole lot of stuff in the town that we're from. I didn't realize at the time what we were doing was really affecting not just where I was from, a lot of other places too.
Yeah.
Until people started coming and meeting us and all of that. Well, the number one problem we had, we just couldn't really figure out how to make any money doing it. So I was doing it for a long time, having a good time doing it. And then we just kind of stopped. I ended up moving out. We're in Arizona now, moving out here, and we're just trying to revamp things, me and my wife, and
get paid.
Yeah.
get paid doing it. So get paid doing it. And then we run into this program and stuff, and we end up getting the opportunity to figure out, okay, we can get paid doing this stuff. It's like I said, it's a dream of mine. It's something that I really, really, really want to do. It's something that I'm pretty good at, and
He can talk.
it's something I'm good at, and it's just something that we really want to do. But I really would like to be able to. We was trying to figure out a way to fund it, to make it where we can really not just get out here and make the impact that we really want to make in the world, but to be able to also just be able to get paid by doing it. And now we're here. And we get an opportunity to get inspired by people that are been in the industry, not in the radio industry, but being in the industry of being able to make money, and being able to put stuff together. So, and it's really, really cool, and we're finding out that a lot of things that we were doing were just kind of spinning our wheels. We wasn't
Making moves.
Yeah, we wasn't making the right moves
We weren't making moves, period, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So let's talk about that one, because that's very important. One of the things that you said was the difference between thinking about doing stuff, right, and actually doing it. And you came into my world through BC Stack, which is a bunch of information products, right? Just like all this information, all this knowledge, right? And so let's talk a little bit about the difference. Like, what do you feel is for you guys, right, from experience in the last 4 weeks, I believe, right, between thinking about doing all that stuff and actually taking action and moving?
Well, for years we had been talking about it. Like, we've had so many ideas, but we never acted on it. And we joined your program, and you were like, do it. Like, what's the problem? So we were like, oh, okay. So we started making moves. We created some social media. We haven't posted on social media yet, though, but it's set up. So that's a huge step, because we've been talking about setting up the social media for a long time, and now we finally have.
Yeah.
And we're working on the website, and we're just like, everything's in motion, and it feels good. We feel accomplished, and like, we're finally making moves. It's in,
and
it's gaining momentum.
And it's not what you've been doing for us is not just, you know, telling us to go, go, go. You point us in the right direction too. Because like I said, if you don't know, you just don't. Sometimes you just don't do.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
been for the whole time we're doing this, we just doing stuff that we know to do, but we don't do anything that's productive as far as making things happen for ourselves.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's kind of actually like having a strategy, right? Rather than
yeah.
getting all this information and going like, okay, which one do I pick and which one do I apply to actually, okay, this is where I want to go, and this is how we're going to get there. So one of the things that you said, and at the beginning I remember this because you were like, but I don't want to get it wrong, right? And it needs to be perfect. And what do I say? Right? And so how did you get over that fear of perfection? Like everything has to be perfect to now kind of like, we're just going to get started and we're going to see how it goes. And then we're going to adjust as we go.
I mean, really motivation from you. And then trusting the fact that I know that you're a successful businesswoman. So this is, you know how to get it done. So just depending on what you say and just go ahead and doing it. Sometimes you just need a good coach to, you know, get you through a situation, you know.
And also when you said, what did you say? You said your first draft can still make money or something like that.
Yeah. Version one still makes money.
Yeah. Version one. Yeah. And so I was like, okay. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Which is really interesting, right? Because just for fear of getting it wrong, we get stuck in like analysis paralysis, where we're like, is this, and you never know, right? Like you can work for years on something, then put it out in the market and you miss the boat. Yeah. Right? So it's, and it does makes a difference who you're surrounded with, right? With learners or with action takers.
Exactly.
And you were talking about.
We were learners, like just courses and reading and websites and YouTube videos and just like trying to learn all the things. So when we finally get everything together, it will come together perfectly and everything will be perfect. And then you were like, stop that.
It was fun with you guys because one of the things, a lot of people get really intimidated when you go like, it's easy, just do it. It's easy, just do it. Which to me, you know, kind of like in Krav Maga, when we get struggle with something, the instructor just walk by and goes like, figure it out. And we're like, what? You know, and then you figure it out, right? You're like, okay, well, let me do something. And then you figure it out on your own, and that gives you a little bit of confidence of like, hey, I can figure it out and I can do the next thing. And it's not that difficult. So how difficult is it really?
It's not difficult at all. It's really not, because I feel like we know enough to do what needs to be done. We don't know everything, of course, but we do know enough to do things and make it look nice, you know?
Yeah, it's true, right? Because it's sometimes you don't realize how much you know until someone comes and asks you a question. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So let me do that, right? And so you guys keep saying you guys, the walkers, you've had a very successful business before, and now you're taking that, you're redoing it again. You already know how to engage with people. You already know how to find people. Now you're building your home on your properties, no more rented properties, right? And you're learning how to monetize it. So, right? So you said, wow, this is super cool, working on your dreams and seeing them come true. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's really a really cool thing. Like I said, this has been for me a real big dream for me since back home. I didn't realize how big of a dream it was until the more people started reaching out to me and telling me what I was doing for them. So it's just a really good thing, and I'm just thankful to be able to be a part of other people's lives, or for them to be able to be a part of my life, and we're being a part of each other's growth. So it's just a wonderful thing, and it's really cool being able to figure out a way not to just throw my money into a black hole trying to figure out something to make something happen for other people, but I can also make it happen for my family also. And I'm just thankful, and I thank you guys. I thank you for being able to set this up, to be able to kind of walk us through all of the things that we need to do to be able to make these dreams, not just dreams, because everybody have a dream. Everybody have a thought. Everybody have a way that they've been thinking their whole life. But being able to take your thoughts and be able to put them in get them structured, put them in places to where you can really make it happen for yourself. So I'm thankful. Like, I'm extremely thankful. I mean, I'm
I
really,
love
really
working
thankful.
with people who take action, right? That's why it's called the action takers, because a lot of people come in and they're like, "Ah," and it's like molasses, right? Like, it's not moving. So, but with you guys, you jump in and you're like, come on, you're making things happen, and it's wonderful to see. So, for people who are kind of like watching this right now and they're going like, yeah, I have this dream, I want to make it happen, but I've been burnt before, and I don't trust myself, and maybe I don't know something, that there's a secret out there that I don't know, right? That I need to know before I do all these things. What can you share with them that will give them that kind of courage to pursue their dream like you pursuing yours?
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you should just honestly go for it, instead of just thinking about it, because I honestly regret all of the years and all of the ideas that we've had over the years that we haven't
Yeah.
acted on.
Yeah.
And it's just silly. It's really silly. You just need to do it.
Yeah. It's I I just feel like, when it comes to just anything you think about, just it's about time to get something done right now.
Especially if you're
It's
passionate
time.
about it. If it's
Yeah.
something you want to do, then you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said a while ago, we all think about all of the things that we want to do. Everything, every dream that we want is like, it's obtainable. We can make it happen right now. We just have to take action. And sometimes you need direction with that action.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now that what we're doing right now, or what we're a part of right now, it's like, it's wonderful for us, because it's giving us the opportunity to really put our minds on, not just on paper, but in our lives,
Because we weren't business minded. We
No.
had no idea what
No.
steps we had to take or what needed to be done. We knew what we wanted to do, but we didn't know how to go about it, because we grew up in families that were like, go to college, get a job, work for somebody else, and
Yeah.
then you retire decades from now and that's it.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know what to do. We knew we didn't want to live that life, but we didn't know how to take the steps. And Ifat, you guided us in the right direction.
So if you're out there and you haven't came from a family that you can clearly see it. So like I said a while ago, if you've never seen it before,
Yeah.
I know it's hard for you to be able to achieve a lot of the stuff that you got going on. But if you can think it, man, you can achieve it. So
Yeah.
like my grandma always say, you got to think big, boy. So think big and just get out here and make it happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Because whatever you can think of, you can make it happen. You just gotta, sometimes you need guidance and follow or find something that can guide you to wherever you need to be. And I'm telling you, it's anything you want is obtainable.
I love it. I love it. I always think about, like, when you get ideas and you don't act on them, and then 5 months later you see it on the street, you're like, dude, I
Yes, that's happened so many times. Oh my gosh.
I write down stuff and
It's
then
sickening.
I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm like, maybe I just started that not too long ago.
One of my buddies had an idea to put vending machines with, I forget what, DVDs in like airports and all these places, right? Yeah. And we're all like, really? Who's gonna, 5 months later, there's this like red boxes everywhere, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And it's really funny because everybody like, come on, it's not gonna work. No, but yeah, it does, right? It's all in the marketing and the tenacity and actually doing it. So I love that you guys are doing it. Let's just tell them what you're doing.
Push the machine down. I'll be mad. I'll be mad.
Yeah. Let's just share last time what you're doing, so people know where to find you once your website is out and everything is out, and how to follow you.
We are a unique, I'm gonna say that, a unique radio station where we cover in hip hop and indie R&B. It's a lot of people out there that's really trying to get into the industry, trying to get into the mainstream. And for those people, that's where we fall. We're also building a community around it also. So we're not just a one-stop shop. We are a one-stop shop. We're not just a place you come to play your music. We are a community that's built around not just us, it's built around you. So we're really trying to build a big community for people who just don't have a place to be when it comes to music.
The artists communicate with the, with the people. Like everybody is just like friendly with everyone. That's what we had before, and that's what we're trying to recreate. Like some artists before they got together, they didn't know each other before, but they through the chatting and through the radio station, they started vibing, they made friendships, they collaborated and made music together. He met up with some of them. Like it's just
some of them came out here with us.
Oh, and it's called AO Radio.
Yes, AO Radio.
By the way, AO Radio, what is it? AORadio.com?
No, AORadio.io.
.io.
Yeah, we going the hipster route.
Yeah,
so we're the IO right now.
So AORadio.io, the website is being built, the community is being built.
Yes.
Do you have a way for people to kind of like follow up with you if they want to know when you're launching and everything?
Instagram, I would say.
Instagram and Facebook.
AORadio.io is, I think that's our username on Instagram. Yes. We're on TikTok too, but I don't know much about TikTok, so that's going to be interesting.
It's where you're grooving.
And we also on Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook. I guess you can have my page.
Well, it's a page. AORadio.io is what you would type in, I think.
Yeah.
So I will link to that in all the information. I love it. I can't wait for you to actually launch. And really, I think what I do is my biggest vision is to create these type of communities so people don't feel alone and isolated and don't belong. And I just love the fact that you guys are doing this in the hip hop community, in the young audience, right? Because especially now with COVID and everything, that is the biggest struggle we all have. We feel isolated, rejected, depressed, sick, lonely. And so all the artists out there, if you are looking for a place to really belong, get discovered, connect with other artists, connect with an audience, play your music, get visibility, these are the guys you want to connect with. Go connect with them.
All the people. Come.
Bring me your sick, you're depressed, you're lonely.
And bring your fans and friends too. So we like everybody, we liable to interview your family members. I don't care. It just
family members.
I don't care. Like
your grandma, your daughter, your dog. If you're into hip hop and music, that's the place to be. Thank you guys so much for coming and sharing. I love what you're doing. I love that you're in the community. I love knowing you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you blow it big. It'll be fantastic.